Charlie, dare I say, welcome to management.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. Went through every emotion in that one, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to take it. I'll have to sit back and analyse it and with the staff and see what we think. But the first thing we'll say is that the boys, they don't know when they're beaten, they don't know when to give up, and to have that athleticism with 10 men for such a long time, they should be really proud of themselves.
We were saying on commentary that the later it got, you might get one opportunity, and actually Charlie made a chance which wasn't much more than a half chance for himself, and still finished it.
It's a brilliant goal. They stayed in the game. Then we tried about 3 different formations and brought subs on, and then when Charlie's played a lot of games and he looked tired this week, and we spoke to each other, and then when you make a change and then he comes on and does that, just so happy that his attitude is like that, and it just sums the whole group up. And I think there's a lot of positives from today.
It didn't look a sparky kind of game for half an hour. You got the goal at the start, you were in relative control, nothing much was happening.
Yeah, that was the biggest disappointment today. As I say, there's loads of positives, but comfortable at 1-0, 11v11, to concede the equaliser was poor play, and we did the same at Barnet. Actually, it's a little thing that we'll have to look at too, because we could have been away. We were dominating the start of the game, looked comfortable, and then when they get a goal, especially the way they've been lately, they're going to put a lot of pressure on us, and that'll be the thing that I'm most disappointed about. That from a lead, we found ourselves back at 1-1.
Hard to talk to you without talking about the 2 cards. Did you think Matt won the ball for his card?
I think everyone did. I think even I spoke to their bench, and their reaction, you understand, it seems to you do get it. It was one of them tackles, but I think everyone saw that he won the ball, and I don't really know what to say. It's not a red card, no way. So, but everyone makes mistakes, and that happens, and we'll look back at it, and I'll have to see the video. But my first thought is that it's a great tackle.
And the 2 yellows for the Kings Lynn defender, their bench weren't happy about the second yellow. To us, it looked a pretty clear second yellow, because he was involved with the penalty in the first half.
Yes, it was. Yeah, they were both yellow cards. They had no complaints for their red card. There was quite a lot of decisions that probably went against us today. I thought we feel a bit harshly treated, really. But obviously that's part of the game, and we're not going to use that as an excuse. But when you are 10 men for a long time, when you feel a bit hard done by the decision, it is. But obviously that I will not let a team that I'm in charge of, or players, will not let that be an excuse. They've got to work till the 90th minute, and they did.
How did Josh Neville do for you? I mean, you brought him off near the end. I guess that was probably because you felt he probably couldn't do the full 90.
Well, to be honest, he probably could have stayed on. We can't afford to lose players, and for him to play 90 minutes today for 10 men for such a long time would have been a crazy decision. So, and having Charlie on the bench makes that decision much easier, to bring someone like him on. And looking at the 5 players that were on the bench today, it's a good little problem to have, and it's not the one that we've had a lot lately. So we've got 2 games next week, Friday, Monday. So that we'll be using more than 11 players in them 2 games, I can assure you that. And
2 sides also scrapping around at the bottom, both Weymouth and Aldershot.
Well, we said it, that playing teams at the bottom is hard at the minute. They're going to be, you don't want to play teams at the top, and you don't want to play teams at the bottom, really. But we've got them all, and we will, with respect to Kings Lynn, we will come here and try to get a result. We're not going to take it easy on anyone, and we're going to do the same in the next 2 games. And yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Are you treating this as like a 9-game audition to try and get the job full-time? Because obviously it is quoted as interim at the moment.
No, I'm just doing the best I can, and everyone involved in the club is doing the best they can to get the results, including the fans making the journey here. It's just everyone's got to buy into it, and 1 game at a time, and I'll do the best job I can do while I'm in charge, and that's how I see it.
Do you take a lot out of today? Is there a lot to analyse? Because there was a bit of a period in the second half where there wasn't much football. The ball was out of play a lot. There was a lot of free kicks, a lot of stop-start stuff. Hard to take much out of that, I'd have thought.
there's going to be games like that in the National League, and especially when they're scrapping for safety. So I was just pleased that the boys had an unbelievable attitude to it, and with 10 men, as I say, I'm just really proud of them to go on and get the goal. And again, like Barney, I'd have loved to won it late, but just didn't happen.
The spirit carries teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that's 5 unbeaten now, and you've got to remember everyone keeps saying that there's nothing to play for, and at the time where there's nothing to play for, we've gone 5 unbeaten. So that just sums up the boys, and they're going to need a couple of days off at either side of a working training day now to recover, with 2 games next week. So I'll look after them, but they've just got to make sure they come back in firing.
Thanks for your time.